Chapter 2: Individual Actualization. Our journey to self-actualize in the age of crisis is no small task. We're sailing toward the precipice of omnidirectional disaster and lack the individual and institutional systems necessary to redirect our course. Cosmology now provides us with the scientific basis for the single truth, and our oneness with the relational universe provides us with a destination previously unavailable. We understand that aligning the individual with the systems surrounding them is the most direct way of unleashing humanity's latent potential. Our journeys toward individual actualization begin with recognizing the paradox at hand. Better systems empower bigger humanity, but reshaping the organization of national and global society requires a collective willing to change themselves. How can the individual change when the systems they inhabit imprint specific ways of being? In a relational universe, the individual is always the sum of their collective moment, with one exception: the moment. Here and now, any of us can change our direction. An individual who maintains this awareness is one actively practicing it. Therefore, we must develop personal practices that help us move closer to alignment with the single truth. But practices are not enough if we do not actively embrace the process. Self-actualization in the age of crisis is a journey toward creating and engaging with new systems of meaning and value in alignment with the single truth. Many of us inhabit a time experience where we have inherited specific spiritual technologies and the religious institutions surrounding them. None of the inherited spiritual technologies possess the framework for aligning humanity with the nature of the universe as we presently understand it, and are therefore inadequate to support transcending the crisis. Now we define a new humanity, one individual at a time. We will explore frameworks of being intended to be wholly embraced and designed for active practice that are flexible enough to take the shapes necessary to serve the unique circumstances of the individual. Individual actualization is a choice. It cannot be inherited or coerced through fear of eternal recourse. However, it is a limited time offer. The crisis demands we choose. So how do we apply our knowledge of being one with a relational universe, guided by the single truth, to daily life? By developing and embracing beliefs that encourage specific forms of being. We create and practice habits that align the direction of our systems and personal lives with the single truth. The idea that routine is the key to mastery is known. We understand that we must develop awareness and direct our focus and energy toward a specific direction until we become it. What is true for skills is true for meaning. Rituals exist in all spiritual technologies. Forms of practice that connect individuals with ideals. This is necessary because the nature of being ebbs and flows much like the wave state of information. Each individual experiences a wide range of emotions within a given moment, from terror to ecstasy and everything in between. Consistently practicing anything over time is difficult because the world is full of temptation, and our available focus within the moment is limited. Ideals are visions we set and strive to be. Our intention with the recreation of meaning and value is to craft a reality where the individual is expansively free, able to define the direction of their path without hesitation or resistance from the systems surrounding them. This high degree of alignment with the universe is believed to be the thing of religious prophets past, but it is unavailable to us now. We reject this. The idea of something existing beyond the observer's reach cannot be true in a universe of perpetual change. Every individual is part of an extensive history, each inheriting long event chains of belief and values originating in time experiences long past. For much of our past, the other was perpetually a threat. Now we exist in a time where global cooperation and organization is both possible and necessary. We begin by developing new frameworks of meaning and value for ourselves, then applying those values to the systems surrounding us. In doing so, we free ourselves from the grasp of the past and its dictation of our being in the moment. We now recognize ourselves as the embodied infinity that we are, seeking to expand our humanity and the humanity of others to embrace our place in the universe. The pursuit of individual actualization develops a human being who is in many ways a shapeshifter. Shapeshifters possess the knowledge and structure of changing shape to fit the needs of the moment. Shapeshifters possess the access and agency necessary to move throughout the world in whatever direction they choose. If a circumstance falls outside their sphere of understanding, they can easily learn and quickly apply that knowledge. Humanity's transition into a multi-shaped species is already well underway. The changing nature of time influences how we embody the observing experience. Concepts of identity, gender, and sexuality are coming to the surface after millennia of repression from state and religious institutions. Plenty of digital worlds exist where individuals communicate and act under the guise of an avatar, a digital representation of themselves, or at least who they would like to be within a particular universe. Individual content creation is ever expanding, and with it the consciousness of the collective. Our interconnectivity is evolving rapidly, but remains unfocused. As any shapeshifter knows, new forms bring new experiences. Every time an individual deviates, new branches of possibility develop. Our becoming more is as much a journey toward the development and application of transcendent vision as it is a letting go of what no longer serves us. We inhabit a reality of exponentially increasing change, and we must become the individuals who can thrive in such a moment. We should also consider that our journey to individual actualization is not a journey with a destination. There is no end in sight, nor will there ever be. Humanity is a fraction of the whole, and while we share its divinity, we cannot access the totality of its perspective. Consider the development of skills over time. As an individual dedicates time to becoming more, their expertise and ability to apply said understanding grows in various directions and degrees. We use the word mastery to describe a wide and deep pool of knowledge, but any master will share that they have more questions than answers. Consider the evolution of one of humanity's oldest sports, wrestling. It is an ideal example of how any form of mastery always births new ideas and approaches to overwhelm the old. It takes many forms, and each generation innovates on the techniques and styles available. When the individual possesses the courage to reject dogmas surrounding the existing practice and thought, the opportunity for progress will always exist. The demands of individual actualization are to reimagine meaning and value within the frameworks of the single truth and the relational universe, ideas about the world and ourselves that give us meaning and purpose. We develop a new spiritual philosophy and direct our focus and energy toward its practice and proliferation. Self-actualization in the age of crisis aligns the individual and the systems surrounding them into a more harmonious expression of our creativity and divinity. We begin from our end and recognize it as an artifact of our own making, just like all previous spiritual technologies. In doing so, we note that everything contained herein is subject to change as the spiritual needs of humanity evolve. Now we focus on the development of frameworks of philosophy and practice to choose emergent transcendence. We recognize that nothing herein should be considered a blueprint. We each walk a unique journey and must apply our learnings to our own lives in our own way. Given that I write this from my consciousness coordinates, I may sometimes share anecdotal experiences from my journey to support the suggested philosophies and practices. They are not intended to be necessary or relevant to yours. We can overcome the crisis, but only if we are willing to make the choices necessary to do so. By aligning individual meaning and value with the single truth, we identify beliefs and practices to greatly expand our personal capacity. In doing so, we move our collective transcendence one step further. As the individual actively embodies this new direction, they begin to leverage the infinite potential available in each moment. They become an agent of divinity, and with the support and help of others doing the same, they shift the direction of human consciousness toward an alternative vision of being that embraces the sacredness of each beyond the artificial constructs we have inherited. Throughout our exploration, we will develop actionable practice alongside the realignment of our meaning and value. We will define sets of everyday habits that bring us together. We will explore ideas and practices that all should consider as aspects of their journey. We will touch upon the habits and beliefs we teach ourselves and our children. Individual actualization isn't some remote possibility in a distant universe. It is only ever available now. Our efforts in this moment possess the power to redirect the course of our trajectory away from crisis and toward something greater. These practices will lay the groundwork for communities. Those who shape their lives around the single truth and our oneness with the relational universe redefine being by reimagining meaning. We surround ourselves with the systems necessary to create informational universes that empower an expansive humanity. While each may only act in relation to their circumstances, all possess the power of choice within the immediate present. Self-actualization in the age of crisis begins at this moment, but you must choose to redirect yourself in alignment with the single truth and the relational universe.